How's it going? Welcome to our YouTube channel. It's FS&B Garage. It's father, son, and buddy, babe, Brian, Bello, whatever. It's somebody else with us. It's me and my son Alex. It's handsome fellow right here. No, you're not seeing double. He is my son. What we're doing is we're gonna do a turbo swap on his car. He has got a 2006 Chevy Cobalt SS that's supercharged at the moment, but we're gonna take it off, and through parts from ZZ Performance, we're gonna change it into a road tearing beast. Hopefully, always hopefully.
Not blow something up.
Yes. Now, this is our first project car, I guess you can call it. I know it's kind of loud, but it is what it is. So what Alex is going to do today is he's going to focus on the engine removal, engine and transmission removal, and subframe assembly, because there's some things that we need to do to it to get it ready for the stuff that we're swapping into it.
I'm ready.
So this is what we're starting with. It's supercharged 06 SS.
It's got the GM Stage 2 kit on it. It has the over-the-top performance stainless steel fuel line. And besides that, it's pretty much stock. And it's got a really raspy exhaust.
Which is GM Performance also.
It's got these wheels that we're going to be changing out. It's got the upgraded 2009 LNF interior. The 07 up steering wheel swap. The over-the-top performance shifter with the ZZP shift bushings, a new Pioneer head unit, and 3 AEM gauges with the Aeroforce interceptor gauge.
Okay, let's do a quick little walk around.
It just rolled over 100,000 miles. And yeah, that's pretty much it to this. There's nothing else. I mean, everything's stock. I vinyl wrapped this, the pillars on each side, but besides that, I mean, it's pretty much stock. But we'll be changing that with all those parts and those parts and everything that's in the car.
What we do here is go back.
Okay, so got it up on the lift. It was too damn low, so I had to take out the bumper. All you do is you loosen those 2 screws up, and then it just slides right out. All it is clipped on, and then I had panel clips on top. There's also some panel clips on the bottom if you have them. I took the headlights out already because it was a little easier to get to those bolts with that. Next, we'll probably do the wheels and take all the fluids out. Okay, so we got the radiator removed. The radiator, the AC condenser, and the intercooler from the factory comes out in one piece. All you have to do is take out your intercooler piping that goes there and there. The radiator hoses that go up there and one there. And then underneath on the subframe, you got these brackets. And then it connect right there and right there. So that way you got a whole bunch of room. We also took the wheels off and hopefully dropping this engine down. We still got to go to the wiring on the fuse box. I got to figure out, I got to take the axles out, maybe the struts. I got to take the steering column out, which is a bolt up in there. I know you can't see it, but it's there. We got to drop the exhaust, which I'm not looking forward to because those bolts look rusty as hell. I might end up cutting it. And then hopefully we can take this thing out. I couldn't see that there'd be much of an issue. I mean, it came out last year, so we will get going with that. Alright, so basically I got the fuse box out. I disconnected the battery, and then on top of the fuse box there are all these little 7mm bits, and you unscrew those, and then it's just clipped onto the sides, like over here. There's 2 on each side, and then there's 1 in the rear that I had forgotten about. But then once you get that out, all these wires will just come out and get out of your way. And now we take out the fuse box. Alright, so basically this is the fuse box holder. You're looking at it in the car, the PCM's like this. There's going to be one that you just have to remove slightly, and the other one you can remove slightly and push it out through this hole, or remove it totally. That's what I did. And then there should be another mount here. Alright, so once you get the fuse box out, there's still a little bit more wiring, you know, various plugs and stuff. You gotta remove this hose that goes to the evap, a couple other little hoses here and there. But also, a lot of people forget is this chassis ground. It's underneath the headlight bucket. So you remove the headlight, and then you got this bolt, and then these 2 bolts underneath, and then the bucket comes out. Also, the barometric pressure sensor goes into that little slot, but you'll see the headlight goes there, and then the bucket is there, and then there and there. So once you get that out, then you can take off this chassis gun, or you could also remove it on the starter, but this one's usually just a little bit simpler to take out. Okay, so I removed that. And then there's also wires that go here to the horn and a couple other things. I unplugged those, sent them through this little hole here, and then they come out on the other side. You see, this is for the mass airflow. That's the barometric pressure sensor I told you about. Then you remove the coolant reservoir, and you got another connection here, one underneath for the temp sense, the level sensor, and then you got some grounds right down there. So, a tip before you smash your hand like I did, you don't need to take that out, this hose. You don't really need to take this out either, because this actually, and this ground and all that, these are part of the body harness for like the headlights and all that stuff, so you don't need to actually worry about that. I removed the evap purge solenoid. I just disconnected the hose going to the throttle body because that was the easiest way for me. I have the aftermarket fuel line, so on these all you need to do is pinch and just lift up. It's kind of hard to do with one hand, but you get the gist of it. It's just these two blue tabs, and then you just pull. Once that's done, I will probably be lifting it back up and doing the probably going now to the exhaust, and we'll go from there. Okay, so now we are going to remove the steering shaft. Now you kind of want to make sure that your steering shaft is straight. I don't think mine is. I think it's crooked. I honestly don't remember, but I'm getting an alignment anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So what you're looking for is to get that bolt out of the steering column right there. So when you remove that, then the steering column is basically free. You don't want to really move it around too much, you know, to try to keep the wheel straight, at least, you know, with the wheels. But with me, it doesn't really matter. So I'm going to take that off, and we will on what's going to be the best way, because we're planning on dropping the subframe, which is this cradle that huddles the whole engine and transmission. So the best way that we have figured out to do it, because we want it to be a roller afterwards, we're going to take the engine and transmission out, and then we're going to be doing some machine work on the cylinder head on this. So because of that, he wants to make it a roller so he can get other projects in and out of here and stuff that he needs to work on. So what we're going to do is I'm going to remove the upper I'm going to remove the strut, and I am also going to be removing the caliper and moving that out of the way. So once we do that, I think we should be clear to drop the cradle out. And also, one more thing as a side note, when you take out that bolt right there, see how we have it marked with the Sharpie? It's important that you mark that bolt so you put it back in the same location, because the last time that I had taken this out, we did put it back and it was 180 degrees out and the steering wheel was upside down. So that's not good, obviously. And then we're going to be doing the same thing on this suspension, and then we should be able to drop the cradle out, and I think this is going to be ready to come.